to Saxlingham. We have, as you'll have seen, been a little bit busy. Now, the plan is we've got 2 workers who are currently, one's sowing, one's mowing. Sowing and mowing, baby, sowing and mowing. And we are going to grab our cultivator, which is here, and we're going to go and do a couple more contracts. I think this might actually be 3. There we go. Oh, that was horrendous. Good way to start the video with me crashing into the building. There we go. That's better. So we've got the JCB running the drill, and we've got the class running the mowers. So the only other available tractor with enough power is this bad boy. So I will, depending on what the light's doing, because it's deceiving in the yard, we'll do a bit, and then if it gets to the point where it's too dark, we will stop and come back in the morning. So I'll see you up at the first field. So the mowing contract has just completed, and as I suspected, pause there a second, it is a little bit dark, isn't it? Let's be honest. So let's take that one next. What else is about? There's a few good ones. I mean, baling, that's going to be a big old job. But, yeah, harvesting, what's that, sugar beet? No. Or maybe. I mean, the whole point of what we're doing is to raise the funds. I'm thinking we're gonna need to be at about probably 250, as in 250,000, if not more. And I don't know if that's actually attainable. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how we get on. We can only do as much as we can. And that sounds a stupid thing to say, but probably the better way to put it is how much the contracts allow and appeal and is viable within the time frame that we have available to us. So I am going to crack on. I'm going to get this one done, and then we'll rest, and we'll then start. We'll start again in the morning when hopefully it's a bit brighter. So it is morning, but we're not cultivating. Few things. Well, no, actually, one thing. I noticed I was getting a lot of FPS drops and stuttering. So I have been messing with settings. I've made sure that I've updated the drivers, and we appear to be in a good place. The other thing that I did do, which will explain to you why hours worked has dropped and everything has sort of reset itself, basically, is because I was taking mods in and out. Because weirdly, I don't know, maybe not weirdly, it felt like a time-based issue. Now, it's probably a complete coincidence. But I was taking new mods in that I'd loaded in, and yeah, we seem to be all right, I think. Not noticeable now, me. So we're doing a baling contract, one of the baling contracts at least. We're actually baling corn stalks. So yes, that's where we are. That's where we're at. I just wanted to show you that why things have reset. Not that you'd probably have seen anyway, because maybe we would have in the morning. It would have all reset down anyway. But full transparency, as always. You know me. In the hearts of man, I wanna meet
got soul, but I'm not a soldier. I 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 got soul, but I'm not a soldier. Yeah, you know you gotta help me out. Yeah, oh, don't you put me on the back burner. You know you gotta help me out.
Welcome back to Saxlingham, and it has been a wee little while. So, first things first, you will have seen from the extensive montage that we have been really busy. Contracting our little socks off, and that's kind of it for now. The plan is going to be to make sure we get all of this corner of the field. There we go. That we're now going to start to advance through time with the objective. Goodness me, this. There we go. We're finished. Jobs are good done. With the objective being that get through the winter, all that good stuffs. Now we want to be going this way. Yes. Which will then enable us to, one, make a load of money and hopefully be able to get our new field. So, what I think we'll do, because I've got plenty to be doing, is if we bring up this bad boy here, we'll just check, are we even on a path? No, we need to back up a little bit. There we go. And what we're going to do is set that running, close that, and get ourselves to here. So, I've kind of keep trying to remember to say about what I've done with the barn. Basically, I've moved all of the cows except for two. Our two that were poorly. They were diseased. We left them two in the pasture, so they got loads of food. I have bought a few more goats and a few more cows for the new barn. Not too many, but a couple more. And we're in a pretty good position now, animal-wise. So I'm going to sort of leave them to sort of do their thing, and we can then just keep them fed, looked after, all nice and healthy. Job is a good one. Other thing to say, we have to muck this barn out. So we have a nice new manure fork or grapple, whatever you want to call it. So we're going to get that done, and then we're going to sell some silage, because I had a little bit of a problem. I don't know which mod it was, but it wiped out our bale storage. I know. Bales were still showing. Not showing. The amount of bales were still there, but they were visually not available. Now, I had a bit of clear out of mods, so it could have been that. Don't know. But fix that by the power of deleting everything from the XML, making a note of the values first, and then adding in the bales back. So we are sorted from that point of view. But I want to get rid of the silage bales. Probably making my life a lot harder, but we should start to use the pit silage. So that's the plan. We're going to get rid of most of the bales, if not all, and we'll go from there. That'll bring the cash up nicely. Job is a good one. So, first things first, get the manure out of here, probably into a trailer, and then we'll go and sell some silage. So, I'll get that done, and I'll come back to you in a little while. Well, I've just loaded up the manure, and we appear to have an escapee. What are you doing out here? You should be in there. I no idea. I know, yes, you can be all cautious and you shouldn't be out here. That's why. Get in. Ah, right, so I have been and emptied our manure pile, but not fully. But there was 20-something thousand litres in there. That's gone up to the BGA. So what we'll do is we will just go and pop up or completely empty this. Not going to be a great deal. 747 litres. There we go. Job is a good one. We can drop that there. There we go. We will return this to the feeder wagon, because that is where it is most useful. And then we will grab the JCB, the flatbed, and we'll load up with some silage. And I think the best place is the BGA at the moment, but we will check. I will check. And I'll either see you there or at the bale sell point. So first 18 bales, and I am assuming that we're gonna have to load them in. That's mildly annoying. Right. I'm not doing that for 100 and something bales, I think there was. Maybe slightly less. So, what we're going to need to do is farmers market, £2 less. Probably not a bad shout. What I might do is, because we're up here, I'll just manhandle these in, and then we'll load up and we'll just go to the farmers market. I think that will be easier. So I shall get that done. We shall see roughly how much we make, hopefully, and we'll go from there. So with our first load, we made approximately, what were we on, 294-ish, weren't we? So 26 grand. We've got a lot more going on this time. Shocking loading, but we now drop the straps off. These should start, those ones. Please drop in the trigger. 42, 48,000 plus. Come on. There we go. We're getting about, what, 1,300 a bale? And the price is dropping. Not too shabby. Let's just see. Value at the stations. Why? Weird. But I think it's just it's a slow process. There is an element of manual loading, and they are very heavy. So the old JCB, bless its little cotton socks, is somewhat struggling up the hill out of the farm. But once we get going, it's all good. Now, one thing I do just want to pick up on, you may have noticed, I have been messing with human factors. So ignore the work hours at the moment. We have slept. We worked through the night quite a lot, actually. So we're sort of mid-cycle. But I have now managed to get it to work on multiplayer, which is good. And hopefully sometime soon I will submit it to Giants. That's posh for giants. And then we just wait and see. I'm in no rush, really. It'd be nice to get it done and get it out. But yeah, that's where we are with things. Yes, this is the right way. So I am going to just crack on now. The light is going to start going. So I'll see you in October 3, and we'll have a bit of a catch up, see where we are with money and all that good stuff, and we'll go from there. So into October 3, and we started off the day at 474-ish thousand pounds. That was all of the silage was sold, the baled silage, and the milk payment for the morning. And then we've gone and hire purchased this bad boy. So I was thinking to myself, the most efficient way to still make TMR without having to get the telehandler, bring the bucket, back and forth, back and forth. So we've gone for this. Now, it looks like a normal conveyor, but there we go. It picks up off the floor. You might see Disturbed using a similar one. I think it's the similar pack. Can't remember. There was an electric one, but then we'd have had to faff with an electric point, and yeah. So we've gone for this, and hopefully it does us good. It's filling relatively quickly. It's not too bad. There we go. Nice bit of TMR. How are we doing on the mix? Going rather well. So yes, this is our setup now. All of the cows in the barns need feeding. Sheep and goats are all right, and the Highlands are fine as well. And obviously the two quarantined cows. Say that without spitting your teeth out. Quarantined cows. They're fine. They got loads of food. So we're going to get everything topped up, and then I'm pretty sure we're going to just start advancing through the months to get to the point where we can sell all the grain and make a load of money. So it's going to be one of those episodes, and I need to sort the time out. My sincerest of apologies. So yeah, I think that's going to be the plan. I don't see us doing anything else really at this stage of the year. Everything's done, all the spraying's done, everything's in the ground that we can put in. So yeah, feed the cows, advance time, feed the cows, advance time, maybe have a spot of lunch and a drink. You know how it goes, people. You know how it goes. So into November 3, and having checked our time-saving stock check, still a fantastic mod that is, we have a great price for the canola. So yeah, it's meant to be December, but it was at peak price now, so we are getting rid of it. What the... You saw that, didn't you? What? What on earth just happened? So, the price for canola at the farmers market, which is where we are. Have I sold that at the wrong place? No? What happened there? We wouldn't have sold... We don't... That is... Right, let's just do one thing. Farmers market. Ag place. Yeah. That's not right at all. We've just been scammed out of thousands. I think I might need to put a phone call in to the farmers market management. So put the call in to the farmers market management, and they were very apologetic. Turns out it was an accounting error on their behalf. Love a bit of storytelling. In reality, I tried it again. Just went back to the video clip, easy dev'd the amount into the trailer and tried it again, and got 0 that time. So quit the game and reloaded, and it worked absolutely fine. So yeah, a little bit strange. Right, where do I want to actually be going? We can go and put this by the what's it called? It's a fantastic mod. The drying of grain. That's it. The grain dryer. Because we're going to roll it then, because that should be the next thing that we can sell with any luck. But yes, we got approximately £40,000 for the canola. That's good. That's good. Right, engine off on that. We can park it. And that's it for this little snippet. I shall see you again when the time is right to sell the grain. A little bit of poetry for you all. Well, ladies and gentlemen, well, it's been a while. It has been, let me just check, 13 days since we had the issue with the canola. That's real life days. And it has been a month exactly since I started making this episode. Life is just crazy at the minute, and not in a great way. And I'm not going to go into that because no, we don't need that. We're just gonna we're escaping. We're escaping the world. So we are through to December 3, as you will see. We have got a new trailer. Well, we haven't got it. It's leased, isn't it? But this came out, and it's by Sid Modding. And I really like the look of it. So I thought, do you know what? We are going to go for it. Dry wheat is at a cracking price. 889 over 877. So we are going to get all of that sold. We're going to leave the dry oats just to tick up a little bit more. And jobs are good there. I have installed the hand tree planting. So what we got there, we got 53 plus 7, so that's 61 grand a load. Not too shabby. So yeah, I've installed the hand tree planting mod because we can get a significant boost from planting trees for our red tape score, I guess you'd say. So we did a few of those. I think I did 10 or 20 of those. Just dotted them in and around, sort of between the house and the grain dryer. So they're you know, out of the way, but we'll still get the bonus anyway. Everyone has been fed, watered where needed. Even the chickens have had some food as well. You know, it's just, I think I was saying to Marnix this morning, I think I've had probably about 2 hours in the last week or so just to sit and play for a bit. So yeah, it's mad, and I'm doing what I can when I can, really. Like I say, not going to go into it, but yeah, we are where we are. It is what it is. So I am going to get all of the dry wheat sold. Probably bring you back in on the last load. I think that's probably fair and appropriate. And what I will then do is probably will advance into January to 1, because the dry oat, it's been a while, people, it's been a while. The dry oat will be ready to sell, hopefully, and also we'll get an update on our red tape score. It's reviewed again in January, and we will go from there. And the other exciting bit of news today, so 19th of March The human factors mod is pending release. Aha! I am well happy. Past first time. I don't know if that's a thing for script mods. Not blowing my own trumpet, but yeah, I'm very chuffed. Very, very chuffed indeed. So hopefully it's going to be well received and it doesn't break things. It's been tested, you know, on a duplicate of this save. And there's, you know, we're quite relatively script mod heavy. So yeah, all good. So I'm hoping, one, we can get some traction. There we go. We can make enough money to get our new field, because I want to install the Ghouls mod by Oz. That guy is a genius. Because I want to get that in. I haven't had a chance to test it. I know he has submitted it and there's a few little tweaks he wants to make, so it may well get released and then an update hopefully quite soon after that. But yeah, I want to get that in because that will be cool for when we start to work our new field. So I shall bring you back in once we have got to our last load of dry wheat. I don't think it will be in January, but depending on how the light goes, we might do that, just from a quality of viewing purposes. So last load just being dumped in, and I know it's a bit dark, but I wanted to get it done. I have not only knocked down the time because I'm a naughty content creator, let's fix that. I've fed the animals. And one thing I did want to mention, and I completely forgot about this because it's been, like I say, weeks, is the fact that not that one, that one. The two were they limousines we got in here? When I actually went in and looked at them, they both died. Yeah. So I sold them. Oh, you can sell dead animals. I'm not quite sure. And I've bought a few more Highlands because I like them. And yeah, thought that was a good idea. So we are up at £931,000 and we can afford our field. But what I might do is we'll sleep, do the animal feeding as we need to, and then we'll see what the dry oats are like. Dry oats? It is dry oats. Oh, my brain. Yes, dry oats. See what they're like for value. Hopefully, I mean, they're already... I mean, yeah, do we push it? Do we sleep? I'll sleep. And then what we'll do is get them dry oats sold, buy the field, see what we're left with, go from there. Yeah, so I'll see you in January. Well, welcome to January. And we were up in the 900,000 still now because we've gone into a new month. We had all of our vehicle lease payments go out, etc, etc. But then we ran into the problem that we're stuck. I thought, you know what? More wheels equals more ness. Come on. I don't want to have to resurface everywhere. Come on, why are we stuck all of a sudden? Right, come on. We are trying to pull 44 tons. Oh. Come on. Yes. Power. Power and speed. Yes, get in. Haha. Victory. We did have a pop-up from the sheep pasture, so I'm hoping there's nothing bad gone on. What we'll do is we'll get onto a relatively flat part of road and we'll have a look at the old Redus Tapus Modus. There we go. Right, so let's just have a look at what is going on. Oh, how's without food? Who has run out of food? Because this is what I don't get. they're all... They've all got food. So, I'm struggling with that one. They've got grass, right? They've got grain. They've got TMR. I've not put any in. They've got 50,000 litres of TMR and meadow. And they've got TMR. I don't understand how we could get that knockback. Event log. It doesn't... Does it tell you where? No. Ugh. That's... Ooh. Right, sorry. Focus on one thing at a time. I don't know why we're getting that. Planted 20 trees, so that's good. We've got good scores on most things, but these are interesting to put it slightly. Natural fertilizer we know, reduce power up we know, natural grazing we know, avoid mowing during spring. Do not cut your grass during the spring months, March to June. Thank you for the save. To protect wildlife in July, you will be compensated for any uncut grass. I have a cunning plan. Crop promotion. Government initiative to promote the growth of spirits through farming centres. You may be provided equipment for... No. Set aside. Encourages setting aside a portion of your farmland, providing a rest from constant work. You will receive a bonus for land left clear of crops for at least 9 months leading up to December. If over 3 hectares qualify, all crops sold in the following tax year will qualify for a 5% tax rate. No. Tractor demo. No. Grants, that is Feb. Tax due 142,000. I am tempted with the avoid mowing during spring because let's just have a butcher's grass. We can... no, won't work. Won't work. I was thinking... Oh, no, actually. I was thinking of, through the next few months, we're going to buy 17, clearly. We could leave this portion unmown. We'll put this to grass. And then that then would take us to July, where we could do a big old cut for hay. No. No. Think, boy. Prep this. Gonna take... Does it need ploughing? Do you need ploughing? Yes, it needs ploughing. So we've got to do that. We've got to cultivate it. We've got to lime it. We've got to do whatever. So, is it worth leaving the little bit of grass that we've got in the on the farm already? We'll leave that. We'll enter into this. We can then get the prep done through Jan and Feb, weather dependent. Sow it for grass. Cut it in July. And then is there anything that we can plant in July? OSR, no. Poplar, no. No, we'll do that because then we could go into planting. Yeah, we could then go into a barley or a oats or what. That's the plan. Fine. So let's do that now while I remember. Select the scheme. Yes, we do. You've been signed for the scheme. Collect any vehicles from the shop. I don't think there's going to be any vehicles from the shop. So, with all that rambling done, I'm going to now sell the the dry oats, get that sold. We're going to buy the field, and then that will be it for the episode. And hopefully, she'll get a chance to carry on and make another one. But we'll see. Who knows what's going to happen? So, I will. I'll cut now. Get to the sell point. We'll have a look what we get per load, and then I'll bring you back in again on the last delivery to the grain drying sell point. So first load nearly all tipped, and that bank balance is looking very healthy. I do like it. 61, 69, 70,000 pounds. Marvellous. So, rinse and repeat. I shall go and grab another, however many loads it takes. Don't think we've got quite as many as the dry wheat. I'll bring it back in on the last load, and then we'll buy the field, finally. And then, yeah, I'm probably going to need to get to work and start some ploughing. So you'll see that I have put down some concrete just to help us up the hill. As the meme rightly says, ain't nobody got time for that. I don't want to be faffing. I cannot put any more power into the truck. We've got maximum wheelage, so therefore nothing left to do but concrete the place. But it doesn't look too shabby, I don't think. Tidies it up nicely. So last 20-something thousand litres that will be sold, and then that's everything. Here's everything for this harvest that we can sell. Look at that up, just powering up there now. Oh, like a dream. Right, close the old cover. So, like I said, we're going to tip this. We are going to purchase the field. We will need to buy the samples of soil to know just how bad it is. We will then have a look at the field, probably at the start of the next episode, I think, to see whether we think it would benefit from a mulch. Can't actually see what's in it. I don't think there's anything in it, if I'm honest. From the old, when we looked in the PDA, it looked rather blank. A bit like the expression on my face most of the time. But yeah, so if it's nothing in it, we won't bother mulching it. We'll lime it first, then we'll plough it, we'll cultivate it. We can potentially now, because the slurry ban has been lifted, we can possibly give it a smattering of slurry. Because we won't have enough manure, I don't think, because I have been quite diligent in mucking out both the barns and taking it up to the BGA. I mean, we were making like 300-400 quid at a time, but lovely jubbly. Dry oats. Let's get a screenshot. In fact, let's let that go up a touch first. Now we'll do that. I do love this this screenshot mod. That'll do nicely. There we go. There's one for the photo album. That was a sound. I've completely lost my train of thought now. It's gone. It's gone. Think, boy. Yes, manure. Yeah, we were getting like 200-300 quid's worth at a time. So we weren't, you know, we weren't raking it in, but it's a decent way of making sure that we're not going to get screwed over on the policy. So you have been very useful. Oh, what we need to do is into F12 and remove a grand. I think we said. Oh, I didn't think we said. But a grand's use for a few hours is not too shabby at all. Oh, guess you got stuck. It was 5 grand for the slurry tanker, wasn't it? So we need to bake that in. But let's go to field 17. We'll visit it. Do you remember what? Yeah, question of the day. If you're still watching, because this one's probably gone on a wee while now. Which version of FS was it where you had to go to the field and there was a sign and you bought it from the sign? I don't remember that. I feel like I'm I've not dreamt it. Right, so this has got note in it. So needs ploughing, we can sort that. Job is a good one. So let's go ahead and we will buy the land. Marvellous. We now own that lot. More land to farm. Super. So, I want to say thank you for bearing with me on this one. It's been a labour of love from my side. It's been weeks coming for you lot, and yeah, thank you very much to you all for being patient with me, especially the YouTube channel members and the Patreons. Don't forget as well, I am a Giants partner, so if you want to help the channel out, we are getting closer to a bronze partnership, I think, which will then enable me to have a little bit of early access. So if you want to buy any of the upcoming DLC or anything else, please feel free to use code CARTECH. And that's it. Thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, leave us a like. If you're new, think about subscribing. And I will catch you all in the next one. Take care.